Hey folks, how's it going? This is Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So we did get quite a bit of news today. We're going to summarize the patch notes for today's update, and we're going to talk about the Inside Maxis livestream that actually revealed a bit more than I expected. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting with the patch notes, Simguru Rusky says, "Hey Simmers, today we bring you a small but neat update. We hope you all enjoy it. We also hope you are all well wherever you are in the world, and thanks again for all your continued support and feedback." I find it interesting that world is capitalized there because that's grammatically not correct, so this seems like it is possibly feeding into the whole hinting thing with the redacted tweets, possibly talking about us getting a new world in the near future. And well, I guess that actually would make even more sense considering what we are going to talk about later on in this video about the Inside Maxis livestream. So, what's new? In Create a Sim, we have updated 2 hairstyles and have converted them to be used with children and toddler Sims as well. And then they go on to say that they do have some examples of how the new tight curls hairstyle looks, because it is actually clarified on the Inside Maxis livestream that this one is new, but then the second hairstyle we'll go over is an updated one. So here is the new tight curls hairstyle. From what I can see here, this looks pretty good. I still have to play with it in my own game, which I'm hoping to later tonight on my Twitch channel, but first impressions, they're good. There is also a short textured hair that was updated, and here's a couple of pictures of that. I don't have any complaints about this one either. Unfortunately, as far as new content goes, this is it. None of the leaked stuff that was in the Inside Maxis livestream made it into this update. They have also fixed some bugs, I think about the same amount as last month, and there are some issues that I do remember seeing in the laundry list that are listed in these patch notes, including dust bunnies and filth fiends not being able to appear in haunted houses, as well as vegetarian Sims eating leftovers from the fridge that are not vegetarian. While I do like the hairstyles, I thought there was going to be more, so overall I am disappointed with this update. I was not expecting every single leak of the past month to be included here, but I figured they would surprise us with at least a couple of those things. I thought maybe we would get sectional couches and the new hair colors, though actually we are going to talk more about the leaked hair colors later. However, there are a couple of things that are noteworthy about this update that were not mentioned at all. The first thing being that the Spark tab of the gallery is gone. I was starting to wonder, why aren't there any new Spark challenges lately? And I think this is the answer. The Spark stuff is just getting completely scrapped. No season 2 of the show, no more Spark challenges. Yeah, that seems to be the case, I think, but yeah, I guess it won't be missed all that much, even though it was kinda cool seeing some of the stuff that people would come up with in the context of the gallery challenges. The other thing is that the layout for when you select a save file has been changed, though apparently console users have had it like this the whole time, which is a yikes in my opinion, because I think this is a downgrade overall, because as long as I don't have too many saves at the same time, I like being able to see all my saves at once. But now I'm gonna have to scroll down if I save something and it's no longer like the 3rd or 4th most recent save, I guess. At first, this seemed like a classic case of trying to fix what is not broken. I've not seen a single person complain about this in my experience, but then things started making more sense once I saw a couple of tweets from Turbo Driver. Looks like we might be getting a way to test packs for a limited time. This will come with trial goals to complete while playing, probably to let you try what these packs offer before you decide to buy them. Sounds pretty good if you're unsure about buying a pack. I'm not going to read the whole code, but it does say DLC, trials, expiration, dialogue, duration in days, so it does seem like you have a certain amount of days. I am not really sure how many to really even guess, but yeah, that is something in there. Duration and number of days after trial expiration, in which it's still valid to show the trial expired dialogue to the player. This value also doubles as the number of days after conversion, in which it's still valid to show the welcome to pack dialogue. After this period of time, these dialogues will not be able to show when the player returns to the game. Turbo Driver also brought up a tweet by Low Poly Pancake, saying makes sense to add a way to lock saves for packs you no longer have after the trial period ends. And Low Poly Pancake says, interesting UI elements appeared for me when the UI mods broke today. And there's definitely a lock icon there on the thumbnail. And there's also a checkbox to the far right beside all of those W's. Even though these trials were not mentioned in the live stream, I think this is still coming pretty soon since it's already in the code. But I'm going to wait until this is officially unveiled to fully judge it, because I'm still confused about it, because I would imagine they would make a new save for when you do trial goals so that your old saves can't be just suddenly locked off forever if you decide not to buy that pack. Now it's time to talk about the live stream. I will leave a link to the VOD in the video description below so you can also watch it at your own leisure. We are going to skip over about the first 10 minutes of it since they do just recap the update and we've already talked about that. So let's go to The Sims 411. So I ended up being correct. They did address simulation lag here, and they did say that they are still trying to find the root cause of it. It sounds like it is a very deep-lying issue. I'm still doubting as to whether they will be able to fix it in the end, but I'm glad that they are addressing this in a place where potentially more people can see it than just on a SimGuru's Twitter. They did give a few suggestions as to what you can do to help reduce simulation lag in the meantime, including emptying your Sims inventories, playing in smaller households with less Sims, and houses that don't have as much clutter and art pieces in them. They are going to post a recap at a later time, which will also include a link to somewhere in the Sims official forums, because on Thursday, May the 6th, starting at 6 AM Pacific time, they are going to be welcoming comments for 24 hours. And this is made specifically for feedback. It's not a place to put wish lists for future content, and it's not for bug reports either, since Answers HQ already exists for that. Next up is some sneak peeks. So the very first thing that they showed off is that finally the big afro that's been talked about so much is being updated in the next patch. Thank you, finally. I've been wondering about this for so long, and I gotta say, this looks really good. I'm still looking forward to finally using this hairstyle in my game. Then they also showed off a short afro with a fade hairstyle that they are updating. Next, it is time to talk about the hair colors, because we are getting them with the next patch, and there are going to be 6 new hairstyles. In particular, they did address how we have been asking for a neutral black hair color, as well as a warmer white neutral blonde sort of hair color. I do like these hair colors, except I'm iffy about the neutral black, because I hate that my first impression was, did they accidentally hover over the Sims hair when they took that screenshot, making the hair color appear brighter than it actually is? Because it's too gray looking to me. I think it should be darker than that. The next thing that they talked about was a complete surprise. This was not leaked. We are getting 16 new eye presets, and these are aimed at better representation for East Asian people. Definitely happy to see this, and the fact that we're getting any new presets at all. I am sick of being stuck with the same ones, and I don't want to have to rely on mods for this sort of thing. So I hope that they don't stop here, and that they will add more presets, not just for the eyes, but for other facial features too. Before wrapping up the stream, they talked about one more thing. They did acknowledge that Inside Maxis is normally just for the base game, but they know they have been seeing tweets about us really wanting to know what's next. So they ended up saying that the next kit and the next game pack are both around the corner. So there is that to look forward to soon. Suguru Salo did mention that he worked on the newest kit and he is looking forward to revealing that. And Simguru Popcorn chimed in saying that it is really pretty. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but especially after how buggy and just how broken the Bust the Dust kit is, if we're going to have to get any more kits, I'd rather have something that's all about create a sim or build mode. Especially create a sim, because I know the throwback fit kit was not really received that well. To add on to this, I also want to throw this tweet from Simguru Frost in here. A quick FYI, we're just as excited as you to reveal what's coming out soon, and the newest kit and game pack are both right around the corner. Stay tuned over the next couple of weeks to learn more. So a little bit more specific timing there. Personally, I do tend to look at couple of weeks as 2 weeks, but I know that is a term that is used a bit loosely. It's not really as strong as saying, we'll reveal this content in 2 weeks' time. So it could be 3 weeks for all we know, but within the next month, I suppose. So yeah, I guess we'll know by then what the next kit and the next game pack will be. I feel like I should make a separate video where I focus more on the speculation of what these two will be, but I will say here too that I think this world that's being speculated about recently and potentially redacted is going to be in the next game pack. I'm hoping it's not a world kit, because I can imagine that just being really terrible and not living up to its full potential with whatever the theme of the world would be, unless it is, say, like another New Crest, where it is a recycled base game theme just to give us more space to build lots and place more sims. Still, I do appreciate the transparency, since it feels like at this point we're not going to get a roadmap this year, so this is really the most that they can give us with what they are allowed to do. Overall, I would say I'm not happy with the update, but there was more stuff revealed at the live stream than I expected, even though there are still leaked things that are MIA, like what is going on with the mystery trait slot. It actually did show up in the screenshots of the new hair colors, but don't know what that is. And sectional couches, not sure when or if we're getting those. And the calendar, that's being patched into the base game. So yeah, there's still mysteries there. I guess that stuff is just coming later this year, just not in the immediate future. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on today's updates and the Inside Maxis livestream. And I also want to say a quick thank you, because we just hit 28,000 subscribers, and we're already well on the way to getting 100 above that, so thank you so much. I'm so glad that so many of you are finding me recently. Especially my Twitter, I'm not sure why it's been blowing up so much lately, even before we started getting more news. But it's pretty awesome, and it is good to know that there are people out there who appreciate what I do, because it's so easy to just record these voiceovers and be in a room by myself. But to get actual feedback about what I do for all of you and the Sims community in general, it's really nice, and it just makes this feel a lot more satisfying to do. But with that, be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulations and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!